In the first episode of Back to Basics, I showed you why it's customary to use a white base when decoupaging. You learned how a dark base muted the napkin design. You also learned that there are exceptions to the rule. In that video, I explained there was a way to add that white base directly onto the cutout of your choice, but I wasn't sure how. In episode 2, I showed you one of the ways to decoupage over a dark color by using a printout. While working on my recent project, I thought about my past work, and I realized I had already come up with another way to add a white base to the cutout. On my brother's Green Bay Packers bottle, I took one of the layers of paper I removed from the napkin and decoupaged that on first. Once I had the shape, I painted it white. I then decoupaged the cutout onto that. It was a good idea, but still a bit tricky for many reasons. There's a lot to concentrate on while decoupaging without having to line it up properly. It was a great attempt and a learning step. Then I remembered I added a white background to the Hello Kitty bottle napkin cutouts by decoupaging them onto a white crafting felt. I had already figured it out. The only reason it didn't come to mind was that although it's effective, it's thick and doesn't work for every project. And then it hit me. Welcome back to DIY No Need to Cry with Ivelisse. Let's get started. Hi, my crafty fam, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. These are the napkins I'll be using for my project. I need to add a white base because I'll be decoupaging it onto a dark background. I'm going to prepare two because with this technique, you can choose how opaque you want the white base. I cut both of them out, leaving a slight edge of white. Leaving the slight edge of white is a creative choice. You do what suits your project. And you want to remove the plies. Now we add the white base directly onto the napkin. While shopping for some supplies at the Dollar Tree, I came across these fabrics, and they were the perfect solution. All you have to do is decoupage it onto the white fabric. It's not only a great way to get that white base, but it also makes it easier to decoupage it onto your piece. I'm going to decoupage them both so I can show you two ways to go about it. You can choose which way works for you. There are other ways to decoupage, but I've never tried them. I'll leave the link to a video explaining the different ways down below. You want to saturate the fabric with an even layer of Mod Podge. Place the napkin down from the center, then smooth it outward. You can use a crumpled up piece of cling wrap or your fingers, but be very gentle. As you saw, I got a little too aggressive and almost messed it up. I did the same for the second. Now, I'm only going to seal one. I want to see if letting it dry before placing the final layer will help with wrinkles. Once it was dry, I sealed it. That layer dried, and to be honest, I didn't see much of a difference. I would still try it on a piece to see if it helps. It might just be because I did it on fabric. I carefully separated them from my silicone mat. And that's right, I almost forgot to mention you want to do this on plastic or a silicone mat like I did because you will glue it onto your surface otherwise. I cut them out and again leaving a slight white edge. You can leave them as is or you can take a step further and add the white paint to make them opaque. At this point, you could decoupage it onto anything and it would work because of the white fabric. But depending on your creative take, you might want to add a pop. I'm only going to paint the back of one so you can see the difference. I gave it 2 layers, letting it dry between each one. And there you have it, Crafty fam. Now you can decoupage any design you want onto any background color. And they are so much easier to decoupage once they have the fabric attached. Also, you can see how the one with paint pops just a little more than the one without. It really depends on your project which one you choose. And as you can see, they are super thin so it won't disrupt your design. I was so excited to have come up with this solution and I couldn't wait to share it with all of you. And I can't wait to show you what I'm working on. That's it for this video. I hope it was helpful and that it inspired you to try. Just as long as you remember to have fun, be creative, and make a mess. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs it up as it helps the growth of the channel and to show your support. If you're new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing to get updates on future videos. And remember, do it yourself. There's no need to cry.